Well, hello everybody, and welcome once again to do the PHP 101 screencast with me. Yes, me, Phil from PHP Web Design. How you doing? Right. Hopefully today's screencast will be a lot slicker than the last two. They weren't the greatest, to be honest. So I'm going to a back to basics one. Hopefully, so it's a bit easier to explain, a bit easier to understand. So what am I doing today? Today I'm doing what I'm calling looping the loops. Basically, loops. Some of you may already be aware of loops, some of you may not. Loops are everywhere in virtually every programming language, and they are useful as hell. Oh my god, you'll find yourself using loops in many different situations. There's many different types of loops. I'm going to go into, if I remember correctly, 3 of them today. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, for each, for, and while. Okay. I won't go into massive detail. I'll just basically show you how to use them. To be honest, and use one, the others kind of copy. But yeah, so instead of messing around this time, how about I just get on with it? Okay, so I go to click the button here and go to the screen over there. Boom, just like that. Right, okay, you can see now I have an empty index.php file. If you want to be certain it's definitely empty, here it is. So there we go, completely empty index.php file. So what I'm going to do straight away though first is just open my PHP tags. And what I'm going to do is put a page title just for the fun of it. As if I can type properly. Might help actually as well if I just put my glasses back on. As you may possibly noticed, I did take my glasses off. Yeah, because they get a lot of screen glare. On, there you go. Now I can see, miracle. But anyway, time to get rid of the web camera again. Right, so I'll just give the page a title at the moment. Now first we're going to do a for each. Now a situation where you use a for each is when you have an array of items and you want to go over and over that array. For every item in that array you want it to do something. Okay, so let's just make it clear to us which it's going to be when it outputs. So say for each in the title, and put a break line in just so we know. I'll put a couple of them actually. Right, to go over a for each we're going to need an array of data. Okay, so let's just make one. So let's just say array basic equals array, and in this array I'm just going to do it's just simple. Oh dear, wrong button, or keys should I say. Foo bar, and number 3 is going to be baz. So we now have an array of 3 items, foo, bar, and baz. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to for each over them and get it to output the information. I mean, to be honest, we could just do a var dump of that array and see all the information, but that's not as pretty. Let me just get the right window. There we go. I'll refresh the page, and you see, you can get this come out, and you can see what it says, but you don't touch bits of information you don't necessarily need to know. Okay, you just want the information. So let's go back to it, and I'm going to loop over it using for each. Now, there's two ways of doing a for each. It depends on whether you just want the value data or you want the key data and the value data. Okay, this situation I'm going to show you for when you want both. Okay, when you want both key and value, you can use this way of doing it and just pull out the value information if you really want to. But that's totally up to you. Okay, so what I need to do is I literally just type in for each and open brackets, and then I'll go give it the array, so $array as $key equals greater than $value, close bracket, and then open the braces and close braces, obviously. So now what this has done is it's going to loop over the array. This is our array that this is going to loop over. Okay, there's the array. What we said is for every item in here, so this is an item, we want it to treat it as a key, and value. It breaks it out so we can do stuff with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to get it to echo out to the screen what they are. So $key equals dollar not percentage, $value. And I'm going to make sure there's a break line at the end just so it's clear what's going on. So that's that. So you see now where this comes in. We give it a full array of all the information. This array could be as long as we want it to be. And then we just say for every item, take the key, give the value of it to $key, and for every value, give the value of that to $value. What that will do now is, if I pull up the web page and refresh, you see it's now gone through and done it for us. So 1 equals food, 2 equals bar, 3 equals baz. That's what you do with a for each. If you don't want the key information, or it's not set, or you just don't care, okay, you can get away with literally just putting $value, and you just get rid of this bit here, okay, and just have $array as $value, and that'll go through and just give you the value of every array item. Okay, so that is for each. For each, really simple, really useful. It's to do with arrays. Right, next, I'll try and know what's next while I quickly sip. Please do excuse me. I had a very late night, not my fault as well. Anyway, next up, I was going to do is a for loop. There we go. So, for loops, the way they work is you give it statements, a series of statements, and for as long as those statements are correct and actable on and so on, it will continue to do what you've told it to do. So that made no sense at all, did it? I'm so sorry. Trying to think where this could. For is quite similar to while, which I'll get to in a moment. But for lets you set a few more bits of fiddly nickly things. And I am going to show you now. Actually, it's just easier to get on and show you. So that was for each. Okay. Now let's just give ourselves the break line just to separate it. And this is going to be a for loop. Like so. That's my title. Right. Excuse me. And what we're going to do with this one. Say you're making a form. Yes, yeah, this one will work. Say you're making a form and you have a select field. Okay, so it's Oh dear. I'll just briefly close the PHP tag for this. Select field. Oh dear. Name equals year. Because the idea is someone's going to want to say what year they were born. Okay. And options. Value equals select. Value on that one is 0 because it's just our default, and we put the text of year. Okay, like so. Now we want to give everyone the option to choose the year they were born, right from 1900 to present day, which is 2014. Now you could, if you want to, sit there and type it out, every one of these as an option for every year. Not me, no thank you. Okay, which is where the for each comes in handy. So I'm just going to create myself a little space just there, and I'm going to open the PHP tag again. Please excuse the yawns in the background. As I said, I am very tired, unfortunately. And I'm going to make sure I close the PHP tag there. Right. What I'm going to do is just go for $I equals 1900, and then $I is less than or equal to, pardon me, 2014, $I plus plus, and then braces. Now to explain this, what we're saying is for I, which is standard, kind of accepted thing to use for integer, for shorthand. For integer equals 1900, so it will start off with 1900. Okay, then it goes, or if integer is less than or equal to 2014, so don't forget it's done at 1900, it's got till 2014. If that is correct, therefore then add 1 to I, and then start over and over again for the period of time this information is correct. It's all good. Well, when I say it goes over again, it ignores the first part then and just keeps going on the last two. Then what I'm going to do is just do my option. Oh dear. Alright, so option value equals $I, $I again, like so. So therefore we're going for I equals 1900, so it starts off with 1900 as long as I is less than or equal to 2014, add 1 to I, and then echo out an option for it. I'm doing this blind, I can never remember exactly how to do these selects. Hopefully this has worked. One way to find out, I suppose. So, oh dear, that wouldn't let me refresh. There we go. Let's refresh. So we have for loop of year, and yes, it's worked. Now you see it's gone through and took every year from it and made it into a year of birth drop down. And if you select the element of it, which is very easy to do in Chrome, right click, You see select name here, and you see it's gone through and put it in. Could you imagine typing all that manually by hand? One of the major advantages of this as well, doing it this way, come next year, okay, and next year would be 2015, all you got to do is go back to your code and see where it says 2014, delete out the 4, put in a 5, save, done. That's it, you've just updated your code now to 2015 to allow for an extra year of people's births. So there we go, 2015. So easy to do, so useful. It can be, doesn't have to be such a long span of things as well. It could be for days in a month, you know, 28, 31, however many days. You can get it to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever. Months, you know, you could go month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's, you know, it's just useful for things like that. Okay, so that is your for loop. For loop is handy. It's all good. Finally, here we go. Finally, moving on from for loop, we get onto whiles. Now, one of the major uses I have for whiles is to do with going over a series of information that's been spit out by a database. For this demonstration, I'm not going to do that because I can't be bothered, to be honest. For this demonstration, though, what I'm literally going to do is basically kind of redo this year drop down, but instead of making a drop down, I'm just going to let it spit out the year. Okay, so call up my programming window again. Wrong one. There we go. Get there eventually, I really do. Right, call this up again and let's create ourselves a new section. And let's go open PHP text again and then echo the title of a while loop. Right. What I'm going to do is this one. Yeah. You're about to see how while is very similar to for. Okay. So what I'm going to simply do is put dollar year. This equals 1900 again. Okay. And then I'm going to do while year is less than or equal to 2014. Then I'm going to get it to do something. And that's simple. It's easy. I'm going to echo out the year. And get it to put a break line in after every one. Okay. And then I have to just go quickly $year plus plus. Basically means add 1 to. Okay. Save that and call up the window again. And I'll refresh. And there we go. You see the while loop's just gone and it's just basically added 1 to every time up to the number that we wanted it to add up to. You can see how the while loop is very similar to for. Where while loop comes in handy is when there's going to be a period of time of a function repeating itself, code repeating itself, and it will naturally stop itself when it gets to a point where it will not go any further. While we'll quite happily sit there reiterating over that code until it gets the signal of, okay, there's no more for you to do, and it'll go, right, great, cheers, thanks, and stops. You can't do that with a for loop. For loop, you set start point, end point, and tell it just to do it. Okay, it's a bit more dumb than while, but it's a bit more customizable in a way. So there we go. There is your 3 very simple starting loops for you. Okay, I may have about to click the wrong one. No, there we go. Wait, I'm still learning this software. This software, I'll show you this software. It's this stuff. Hello. Oh, how Inception is that? Boxes inside boxes inside boxes. Ooh. That's even more eerie, not knowing which one is the correct one to click. So yeah, this is the software that I'm using now. It's open broadcast software. It's meant really for people to stream games and so on, but I'm using it to record the screencast now because, as I said, it lets me do cool lower 30 things. Hello again. Looking at the wrong screen, you caught me off guard then. Right, so yes, that's it. How simple was that? Just a nice, simple little screencast. Kind of felt almost slightly old school because the fact that I made it simple. Yay! Right, you can see I'm flashing things around. One thing I forgot to mention last time, is please make sure you go and check out my site, which is phpwebdesign.com. You might see it highlighting just now on the screen. Yeah, I've highlighted it. Yeah, it's a little bit outdated, admittedly. Okay, there is some stuff in the blog though to check out. There is also, I've released an image of my new design that's I'm working on. It is work in progress, to be honest. So these images don't quite match up, but there's colour. Colour, amazing. So yeah, make sure you do check out my site. So there's blog, videos, and information about me, so you can hire me if you want to, including my, wait for it, wedding website package. Yes, very nice indeed. So yeah, if you are getting married like me, score, make sure you do check that out. Also, please do make sure you make sure you do go to iTunes. Hey, I'm back on the webcam again. Oh, hello. I forgot about that. Make sure you go to iTunes, please, and make sure you rate me. Just simple as go to the iTunes store, finding me, click on ratings and reviews, and just click 5 stars. You can only click 5 stars. It doesn't work otherwise. Okay? So yeah, please do that. It helps people find the screencast and helps the possibility in future of me getting some sort of sponsorships. So yes, okay. That is it for today. Oh yeah, I do need to say an outro, don't I? So yeah, hopefully this one's been informative for you. If not, I'm sorry. But what do you expect me to do? I am tired, as I keep saying. But there we go. And that was a PHP 101 screencast with me, Phil from PHP Web Design. I don't know where I'm pointing, but there we go. Have a good time, keep coding and enjoy yourself and good fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.